Today's lesson we're going to look at a form called a waiver and release of liability. So go ahead and take out your business document notes and write down any key features or things that are important about a waiver. Basically, this is a way for a business to protect themselves from financial responsibility. So, for example, if you go to Pump It Up, they have you sign a waiver because if you get hurt, then that is on you to pay for. So it provides a way for customers to show that they take full responsibility for any injuries that result from taking part in the activities. It also allows companies to hire out contractors. So maybe like a painting company needs extra workers in their busy season. So they'll hire out contractors, and basically the contractor signs the release and it releases the company from any financial responsibility if the contractor is hurt or if the contractor damages the property while they're on the job. So it's a way to protect companies. And we're going to look at creating this form. So any of these forms, they would be in the front office. You would fill this out before you took place in an activity or before you started a job. At school, you have waivers that you sign, release of liability when you go on field trips. So we have a standard form that you have to, it's just a protection for the business, for the school district, for whoever is heading up the activity. Okay, so looking at the hub, we are on lesson 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is a file save as. By now you should be very familiar with going to your folder and making sure you're saving in the right spot. So this one is called Waiver and Release of Liability. Now if you notice when I type the underscore, Word will not let you, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Access will not let you save a file name with these funky characters, the alt characters, so make sure those are not in the title. You may use the underscore, which is shift and the line next to the number 0 on the keyboard. So I'm going to click Save. Okay, so looking at the paper, it's a good idea to read through these before you actually start. And they want a graphic, but I'm going to go and do the graphic a little bit later. And let's see, skipping past number 3 because our page is set already at 8.5 by 11. I'm going to go to number 4, and I'm going to leave the font Calibri. It's professional looking, it's easy to read, and it will help keep all of my stuff on one page. Let's see, we want line spacing set at single spacing unless it tells you. So let's see, I'm line 1 of the document. So we're on line 1 and wants these to be 9-point bold. I'm going to change my font, and it also wants these right aligned. Okay, so now that information for the business is right where it should be. In the top left hand corner, I'm going to insert a picture, so I go to my insert menu and click picture, and I have all my pictures saved. You should have yours saved in the folder. We'll go with this one. Now again, every time I work with the picture, I need to click on wrap text. It brings up this contextual picture toolbar menu or picture tool menu, and I want to do in front of text. Alright, my picture is not the main focus of this handout, so I'm going to shrink it. I just pull in from the corner, and that resizes proportionately. Okay, moving right along. When it says double space, basically you're hitting enter 2 times. Okay, so I have a double space. It wants waiver and release of liability. It wants all of that centered. Whoa. Hold on. Let's try to remove. There we go. Let's try that again. So that was supposed to be 9-point bold and to the right. Why is it moving that? Sometimes even the teacher is stumped. Hold, please. Okay, fix that. Alright, so it wants waiver and release of liability, assumption of risk, indemnity, and parental consent agreement for the hub. Wants that in 14-point bold. Okay, you're going to double space and type the paragraph just as it's written. It is, let's see, justified. So that's a little bit different. I'm going to highlight the paragraph, and the right here is justified. Basically, it makes a straight line on the left and the right. So it just looks a little bit nicer. It kind of stretches out the paragraph so that it makes nice lines. Double space and key the following left aligned. Okay, I need to take out the caps. I don't want to retype it, so I'm going to change case. I need sentence case. And just have a few errors to correct. I've read this release of liability and assumption of risk by signing it. And sign it freely without anyone forcing them to, basically. Okay, so it wants this left align and italicize. So italicize makes your letters slant just a little bit. Double space and key the following member left align single space. Allow the underline to extend to the right margin without going to the next line. So I'm going to pull these up. I'm using the backspace and shift enter to get these to cooperate with the way that I want it to look. Okay, so now I have all of my items lined up on one page. And let's see. Number 12 says select the text in step 8 and change to all caps. So 8 was waiver. Okay, so my step 8 is already all caps. And then step 10 should be all caps. Basically pointing out to the customer like, hey, you've read this. So that is all caps. And then you're going to look for all cases of the hub. Now, with a lengthy paragraph like this, I'm not going to trust myself to find them all. Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel have a find feature, so I want to find them. In the top right corner, click Find. And okay, actually, I'm going to click Find, Advanced Find. Okay, so I don't need that. Let me go back to, sorry about that, Advanced Find. I want the hub, and it says, basically it wants everything that says the hub to be the hub, but in bold letters. So I want to replace the hub with the hub, but I want to format it to be bold. Where's bold? Here we go, bold. Alright, so we're going to find the hub, we're going to replace the hub, but make it bold. And let's see. So it made 7 replacements. I'm going to close that. And you can see right now the hub, the hub, the hub, the hub. Those are all sticking out. Basically, it's a really nice feature if you need to change something and change the formatting of it. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is a text box. So we're going to insert a text box. Okay, and we're going to have these things in, and they want it a specific size. So if you right click on the shape, where is the size? Click on text box. It wants 1.75 wide and 2 inches wide, 1.75 wide. So I'm going to just push this, let's see, 1, 2, so it's a little wide. I'm just looking at my top ruler. So again, alright, 1, 2, 2 wide and 1.75 high. So we have 1, that's, alright, for paper's sake, because if I was a company wanting to print this, I would want this on one page, or I would let it maybe go front to back if it spilled onto 2 pages. The document should fit on 1 page, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of play with some of the margins and maybe see if I can't get that to squish just a little. Alright. There we go. People would actually be writing in this little box. What else can I change? Let's see. This should be 10. Oh, so I missed that. On number 9, it's asking for size 10. Okay, that makes a difference. And let's see, what else? Okay, that looks pretty good for right now. Now it fits on 1 page, and let me move this hub just a little bit so it's kind of matched up with my with my address and information, and so now it looks really good. I have my sides justified, I have capital letters centered, I have this right aligned, I have this italicized and single space between, and here I have my text box, and we used find to get all of those changed without having to retype them. So that is a waiver and release of liability.